It's 11:55 p.m. on December 31st. In 5 minutes, a collective mania is going to sweep across the planet. Millions of people are currently shouting to be heard over deafening music, spending 3 times the normal price for a drink, and frantically looking for anyone to kiss when the clock strikes 12. There is a frantic energy in the air, a desperate fear of missing out. A fear that if you aren't celebrating loudly, you don't exist. But then, there is you. You are at home, maybe you're in your pajamas, maybe you're reading a book, watching your favorite movie, or just sitting in silence. To the outside world, this looks like a failure. Society tells us that spending New Year's Eve alone is the ultimate sign of loneliness. They say it's sad. They say it's antisocial. But psychology tells us a very different story. If you are one of the people choosing to ring in the new year in the sanctuary of your own company, you aren't missing out. You are actually accessing a level of psychological maturity and autonomy that most people spend their whole lives trying to find. Today we are decoding the psychology of the solo celebrator. And by the end of this video you won't just feel okay about staying in, you'll realize it might be the most powerful way to start your year. First, let's analyze why the rest of the world is so obsessed with the party. Psychologists call this social proof. We are wired to follow the herd. On New Year's Eve, the herd script says, if you are happy, you must be loud. If you are successful, you must be surrounded by people. But there is a phenomenon known as forced fun. It's the psychological friction that happens when you try to schedule joy on a deadline. When you force happiness, you actually create anxiety. The pressure to have the best night ever usually results in the most disappointing night ever. The person celebrating alone has subconsciously or consciously rejected this social script. This is a trait known in psychology as internal locus of control. People with an external locus of control need the party, the confetti, and the Instagram likes to validate that they are having a good time. Their happiness comes from the outside. But your happiness comes from the inside. You don't need a crowd to tell you that you've survived another year. You know it. This ability to self-validate is a superpower. It means you are not easily manipulated by trends, peer pressure, or the fear of being alone. Now, we have to make a crucial distinction. There is a massive difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is the pain of being alone. Solitude is the glory of being alone. Psychology suggests that the ability to tolerate and enjoy solitude is a marker of high emotional intelligence. It's called capacity to be alone. When you celebrate New Year's alone, you aren't hiding. You are resting. Think about the year you just had. It was likely loud, chaotic, full of demands from your boss, your family, your teachers. Your brain has been processing millions of gigabytes of social data. Choosing a quiet new year is a form of self-preservation. It is a neurological reset. While the extroverts are flooding their brains with dopamine and alcohol, guaranteeing a crash the next morning, you're engaging in dopamine fasting. You are allowing your baseline to settle. This means when January 1st arrives, you aren't waking up hungover and depleted. You are waking up clear, sharp, ready. This brings us to the most practical reason why solo celebrations are superior, the fresh start effect. New Year's is psychologically powerful because of temporal landmarks, dates that separate our past self from our future self. Most people try to bridge this gap while shouting over loud music at 12:01 a.m. They scream, "New Year, new me," but they haven't had a single second to process what the old me even learned. When you are alone, you have the space for metacognition, thinking about your thinking. You can actually reflect. What went wrong this year? What do I actually want? Who am I when nobody is watching? These are dangerous questions. They are scary questions. Most people go to parties specifically to avoid hearing the answers to these questions. They drown out their inner voice with external noise. By staying home, you are brave enough to sit with yourself. You are treating your life with the seriousness of a strategist. While the world is partying, the architect is planning. Let's talk about the feeling you get when you see everyone else's photos the next day. This is JOMO, the joy of missing out. There is a profound satisfaction in knowing you are warm, safe, and saving money. But it goes deeper than comfort. Psychologically, people who are comfortable being alone tend to have deeper, more authentic relationships when they do socialize. Why? Because they don't use people as distractions. If you are okay spending New Year's Eve alone, it means you aren't dependent on others to cure your boredom or your sadness. You are self-sufficient. This makes you a better friend and a better partner because you interact with people out of choice, not out of desperation. You are preserving your energy. You are treating your attention like a limited resource, not a free buffet for the world to consume. So when the clock strikes 12 tonight, and the fireworks go off in the distance, I want you to feel something specific. Do not feel sad. Do not feel left out. Feel the power of your own company. Realize that you have chosen peace over performance. You have chosen reality over the illusion. You are starting the year on your own terms, standing on your own 2 feet, comfortable in your own skin, and in a world that can't stop talking, can't stop moving, and can't stop pretending. That is the most radical, powerful thing you can be. Happy New Year! Enjoy the silence. If this video made you feel a little less alone in your solitude, click that subscribe button. We talk about the psychology of the quiet ones here, and we'd love to have you in our community. See you in the next one.